for joining us here today. Before our celebration begins, please silence your phones. Thank you. We are here today to celebrate the commissioning of USS Beloit, the first commissioned warship to bear the name Beloit, named to honor the contributions the people of Beloit have made to the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to have World War veterans among us. Would you please stand as able to be recognized? Would all active duty veterans and first responders please stand? Would all military and first responder families please stand? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your service and sacrifice. Construction began on the ship you see behind me in July 2020, and it was christened on May 7th, 2022 at Fincantieri Marinette Marine in Marinette, Wisconsin. Today, the USS Beloit is tested and battle ready. We are all here very proud to serve on the newest warship in the United States Navy and to represent the rich maritime history of Beloit. The commissioning ceremony is a time-honored tradition that began with the commissioning of the Navy's first ship, a captured British schooner, the Margareta, in 1775. Since then, thousands of ships have undergone the transition from silent hull to a fully alive warship. My shipmates, our crew, hereafter known as plank owners, are in formation and ready. In just a few moments, Navy Band Great Lakes and the Wisconsin National Guard Saluting Battery will render honors to the Honorable Tony Evers. Guests, please rise and remain standing for the arrival of our official party, honors, the presentation of colors, our national anthem, and the invocation. Ladies and gentlemen, our platform guests. Lieutenant Junior Grade Jordan Kingery, Chaplain Corps, United States Navy, our ceremony chaplain. Commander Sean Cox, United States Navy, Officer in Charge, Supervisor of Shipbuilding, Bath Detachment, Marinette. Captain Matthew Lehman, United States Navy, Littoral Combat Ship Program Manager. Captain Mark Haney, United States Navy, Commander, Littoral Combat Ship Squadron 2. The Honorable Kevin Levy, President, City Council, City of Beloit, Wisconsin. Mr. Mark Vandroff, Chief Executive Officer, Fincantieri Marinette Marine. Mr. Ali Rouet, Vice President, Small Combatants and Ship Systems, Lockheed Martin. Rear Admiral Kevin Smith, United States Navy, Program Executive Officer, Unmanned and Small Combatants. Vice Admiral Dirk Debink, United States Navy, retired, the 12th Chief of Navy Reserve, USS Beloit Commissioning Committee Chairman, and our long last presenter. Admiral James W. Kilby, United States Navy, Vice Chief of Naval Operations. The Honorable Carlos del Toro, the 78th Secretary of the Navy. The Honorable Gwen Moore, United States Representative, Wisconsin's 4th Congressional District. The Honorable Tammy Baldwin, United States Senator, State of Wisconsin. Ladies and gentlemen, our ship sponsor, Major General Marsha Anderson, United States Army, retired. Escorted by Senior Chief Petty Officer Dave Chisholm, United States Navy, Beloit's Command Senior Chief. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Tony Evers, Governor, State of Wisconsin, escorted today by Commander Leandra Kissinger, Beloit's commanding officer. Platform ready to advance the colors.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare and their bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and all of the brave.
Ready, cut, left, right,
Retire the colors.
forward, march.
Platform ready to. We would like to thank Ms. Anahi Arroyo, Navy Band Great Lakes, the Wisconsin National Guard Saluting Battery, and the Lincoln Academy Color Guard for their participation in our ceremony today. Ladies and gentlemen, Chaplain Kingery will deliver the invocation.
Let us pray. Holy God, we come before you today in the historic city of Milwaukee to commission and bring to life the USS Beloit. As friends, family, and shipmates have traveled, many from afar, to this park dedicated to the memory of our nation's veterans, we are here to celebrate this remarkable moment in the life of this ship, to dedicate her to the United States for service on her behalf. Heavenly Father, the ship that sits proudly before us today has only come this far because of the hard work of so many talented people from innumerable industries across our great nation, whose life work has been to provide the very best for our nation's defense, as well as the indispensable hard work and dedication of her crew. We thank you for these efforts today, Lord, as we look upon the fruit of that labor and the work of their hands. We pray boldly this morning for the plank owner crew of this ship, who will in a few moments snap to attention, bring her to life, provide the very soul that no engine, no weapon, no sensor, nor any man-made device could ever provide. This crew, each person fearfully and wonderfully made, is the true heartbeat of their ship. And so we ask that you give them great courage and strength, both for the routine day-to-day, as well as to go forth and protect the frontier with righteousness and virtue, should our nation call on them to do so. We ask that you bless the USS Beloit as she presses forward for freedom into the world's greatest navy, and that you grant wisdom to Commander Kissinger and bless every sailor, chief, and officer in her charge, that they may all embody the grit, determination, and indomitable spirit that is so characteristic of those who call their namesake, the city of Beloit, home. For all these things I pray in your mighty and immortal name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Chaplain Kingery. Will the guests please be seated? Beloit, parade, rest. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Gwen Moore.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our great city of Milwaukee, and welcome to Lake Michigan, a great place on a great lake. I am so pleased to be joined today by our own retired General Marcia Anderson, the ship's sponsor, who is a groundbreaker in her own right, and our other distinguished guests. When I think about the role that Beloit has played in the Navy, and the fact that Beloit's company, Fairchild Morse, sold its first engine to the Navy, but simultaneously created a strong, robust workforce among women with that effort, I think it's totally appropriate that we have our dear General Marcia Anderson being the sponsor of this great ship. I want to acknowledge the commission committee, all the work that they've done. This ain't my first rodeo. I know how much work it takes to get all 3,000 of you out here today. And I want to welcome the men and women of our Navy and leaders and the crew of the USS Beloit and the many veterans on this stage today and in this audience. Today is about the commissioning of a ship, about breathing the life into the United States capabilities, but it's also a ceremony about a calling to serve and a calling to sacrifice. For all those who've already served, thank you for your service. For those of you who are currently serving, I am so grateful for what you do every single day to help protect our nation. And we've gathered here on the banks of Lake Michigan. Did I mention that this was my favorite constituent? That is not a human being? I just want to say that these great waters here remind us of why the Navy is so vital and so important. These waters serve not only for recreation and drinking water, but for local, regional, and global trade and commerce. And I'm so happy to see that Milwaukee once again has had the privilege of hosting a commissioning. We must be doing something right, don't you think so? I was here for the commissioning of the LCS-1 Freedom, the LCS-5 Milwaukee, right here in Milwaukee, and I'm proud to be here to join all of you today to commission the LCS-29, the USS Beloit. I'm proud that this ship is being commissioned in the state where it was built. I'm proud of the workforce of Wisconsin. This ship is named after Beloit, Wisconsin, of course, in honor of its contributions to the U.S. Navy. And I'm proud, again, of all the workers that are helping to make sure that our Navy moves deftly through the 21st century and beyond. I also understand that a strong Navy involves more than world-class technology and warships like the USS Beloit. A strong Navy begins and ends with the bravery, dedication, and skill of the men and women who wear the uniform and stand ready to answer the call of duty for a forever grateful nation. The Navy really means so much to me. One of the great honors that I have as a member of Congress is to recommend individuals, young people, to attend the military academies. Not all our kids are knuckleheads, you know. And I'm grateful, and I'm so grateful that the young men and women come back to visit with me. I had one young man come back with his, what you call those falcons on his arm, to show me all he had learned in the Navy. So again, welcome to our fair city on a great lake. The challenges facing those on our ships, our sailors, soldiers, Marines, and airmen are not going away. And that's why I'm glad we have men and women who answer the call to country, and the men and women here at home, including those civilians who worked so hard over the years to get this ship ready to sail and support you. Welcome again, aloha, to the USS Beloit.
Thank you, Representative Moore. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ali Ruwe.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and distinguished guests. I am honored to be here today representing Lockheed Martin, who together with industry partners and the U.S. Navy stand ready to deliver this incredible warship to the operational fleet. I would like to thank our employees and our industry partners for their resiliency and dedication to the Littoral Combat Ship Freedom Class. You demonstrated exceptional commitment and delivered outstanding results, and I appreciate your extraordinary efforts and the personal sacrifices that you and your loved ones made to make today possible. The USS Beloit has been designed to protect and guide the crew as they carry forth the ship's motto, "Forward for Freedom." I could not think of a more fitting description for an LCS sailor who displays the most versatile set of skills to help ensure freedom of the seas. From Marinette, Wisconsin, to Milwaukee, to Jacksonville, Florida, and beyond, the USS Beloit is a multi-mission combatant ready to proudly represent the citizens of Beloit and the great state of Wisconsin for decades to come. We challenge the newest combatant ship and her crew to begin a long legacy of the first ship to bear the name Beloit. It honors the contributions the city of Beloit has made to the U.S. Navy, especially the naval engines built at Fairbanks Morse, a leading member of the Beloit community for over 100 years. The global landscape is increasingly complex, with a resurgence in near-peer competition, requiring a lethal and more adaptable force equipped with unprecedented levels of innovation. The LCS Freedom class meets that need and will fill a unique role for the U.S. Navy when deployed. Flexible, fast, and agile, able to operate independently or support coordinated missions, maneuver shallow waters across the coast, or operate in the open ocean. These are just some of the mission-critical qualities of the LCS that lies at the heart of the ship we see here today. Additionally, LCS will be able to leverage unique and advanced capabilities, including lethality and cyber upgrades, flight decks that support integrated helicopter operations, and an ability to dispatch and reclaim small boats for special operations. The Freedom class can also adapt with more lethal capabilities, as demonstrated in the recent commissioning of LCS-27 with the addition of the Mark 70 launcher on her deck. This ship is truly a Swiss Army knife in the U.S. Navy fleet. Building a ship is a complex task that requires the teamwork of many, and I'm honored to represent the industry team that helped build this incredible vessel. Having spent time with my industry colleagues at the shipyard with our amazing workforce who have poured so much of themselves into this ship, I know this is a particularly proud day for them and the culmination of years of hard work and dedicated efforts. The Freedom variant of LCS demonstrates the commitment of the United States Navy to partner with industry, including Lockheed Martin, Fincantieri Marinette Marine, Gibbs & Cox, and many small businesses across the industrial base to build a fleet that is needed for the future. And we are proud of what we have delivered to the U.S. Navy today. While this ship embraces innovation and the latest technology, it will be the skill and bravery of the crew that brings her to life. With our dedicated crew, the USS Beloit will become the fleet's most versatile warship. The sailors of the U.S. Navy will be able to rely on the USS Beloit wherever and whenever. Commander Kissinger, on behalf of the LCS industry team, it is an extraordinary honor to be in your presence today and to play a role in supporting you bringing this ship to life. To our sponsor, General Marcia Anderson, thank you for your continued support of this ship and her crew. What an amazing honor it is to have a ship represented and named after your hometown. To the sailors, go make your own history, but never forget the significance of those that have gone before you. The missions that you have been trusted to support and the legacy that you and this ship will carry from this day forward. I know you will make all Wisconsinites and Americans very proud. Thank you everyone who made this day possible. We are blessed to celebrate this timeless naval tradition. We wish you fair winds and following seas. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rouet. Ladies and gentlemen, Admiral James Kilby.
Well, good morning, everybody. Thank you, Commander De Jesus, for that introduction. Thanks also to Governor Evers, Mayor Johnson, the state of Wisconsin, and the city of Milwaukee for hosting us today and for hosting the crew while they prepared Beloit to join the fleet. Senator Baldwin and Representative Moore, what a great day for Wisconsin. Thanks for making this event even more special. Secretary Del Toro, boss, I think you brought some Gulf Coast heat up here. I appreciate that. And we really appreciate you being here to bring the ship to life, sir. To the sailors, families, and Navy civilians, thank you so much for being here today to celebrate. Today is a great Navy Day. How about a round of applause for our Navy? Today we commissioned the Navy's newest Freedom-class littoral combat ship, the first ever to bear the name of the Gateway of Wisconsin, USS Beloit. In a few minutes, Beloit will officially enter active service and will join the fleet with her sister ships. Littoral combat ships are fast and flexible platforms that serve as force multipliers for our fleet commanders. Recent deployments of LCS have deployed to the Arabian Gulf, to the Caribbean, integrating with unmanned systems and with U.S. Coast Guard allies and partners in order to protect our interests. They also protect the interests of our allies and partners and defend the freedom to navigate in international waters. Beloit will soon join her sister ships doing this challenging, important, and exciting work. And make no mistake, there is work to do. Our Navy is in a higher demand than ever in the Indo-Pacific, in the Eastern Med, and in the Red Sea. As our Chief of Naval Operations, Admiral Lisa Franchetti, made clear in her navigation plan, it is vital for the Navy to get more players on the field, to respond to an increasingly complex and dangerous world. Beloit will play a key role in implementing the CNO strategy as a platform and with a crew ready with the right capabilities, weapons, and sustainment and training, deterring our adversaries and ready to fight if called. To the crew, it is up to you to make Beloit a ship you can be proud of. I find that ships often take on the characteristics of their namesakes. You are fortunate to carry the name of a city with so much history. The Fairbanks Morris factory in Beloit literally powers our Navy with its diesel engine and has for almost 100 years. In addition to the diesel engines, Beloit is home to people that are the engine of American maritime power. Countless citizens of Beloit have served proudly in uniform, including your sponsor, Major General Marcia Anderson. Beyond the uniformed service, the women who have worked in the Fairbanks Morris factory in World War II were an inspiration for Rosie the Riveter, embodying the patriotic contributions critical to America in her success in the World War II. That's the legacy of Beloit, Wisconsin, and it's your challenge and your privilege to build on it. Sail safe, be proud, look out for one another, and build a great legacy. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Admiral Kilby. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Tammy Baldwin.
Thank you, Commander. And good morning, everybody. I want to thank our distinguished representatives from the United States Navy, including Secretary Del Toro, and the crew members of the USS Beloit. And I also want to extend my deep appreciation to all of the veterans here and our partners at Fincantieri Marinette Marine and Fairbanks Morse, and all the members of the Beloit community for being here today. It is truly an honor to join you as this ship moves forward, defending the freedoms we all cherish and carrying the Made in Wisconsin brand and the history of the city of Beloit worldwide. I would also like to give a special welcome and a huge thanks to Major General Marcia Anderson, the ship's sponsor. I had the privilege of getting to know General Anderson over many years. We often found ourselves on the same flight from Wisconsin to Washington, D.C. or back. So when it came time to name a ship sponsor for the USS Beloit, Marcia Anderson immediately came to mind as the right person for this job. Not only is General Anderson immensely experienced and qualified, the first black woman to be promoted to Major General in the Army Reserve, and honorably serving for 3 decades. But she is also a daughter of the city of Beloit. Beloit and Wisconsin have a proud tradition of making things. We have our more iconic things like cheese, brats, and beer, but we also make everything from surface ships to tactical vehicles and submarine engines and aircraft systems. And I take great pride in representing Wisconsin's manufacturing economy and the workers who power it. When it comes to our shipbuilding industry, our workers have helped sustain America's security for our national defense for generations. We boast a successful history of building ships, and the city of Beloit has long played an essential role in that. Not only have the citizens of Beloit selflessly served in our armed forces, but companies like Fairbanks Morse call that city home. Fairbanks Morse has an incredible impact on the city and our nation. For generations, they have ensured that our service members can safely and successfully complete their missions, all while creating family-supporting, good-paying union jobs in Beloit and throughout southern Wisconsin. There are few places more deserving than Beloit, Wisconsin, to have the honor of a combat ship bearing her name. Wherever the USS Beloit takes our American flag, she will be a symbol of America's strengths, both the strengths of our workers and the strengths of the U.S. Navy, who now assume command of this ship, boldly serving the nation that we are blessed to call our home. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Baldwin. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Carlos del Toro.
Good morning, Milwaukee! Oh, is that the best you can do? Is it that cold out there today? Good morning, Milwaukee! My first thanks goes out to the chaplain. About a week ago, my staff called the chaplain and says, "Chaps, Secretary of the Navy wants to make sure there's no rain, there's no snow, and there's no wind." And he delivered on all 3. Now, I could have asked for a little bit more heat, but that's all right. How about a hand of applause for the chaps? It's good to see that he's got good connections. My second thanks goes to, let me ask a question. How many of you are paying taxes out there? Put up your hands. All right. If there's anybody who's not, please see me after the ceremony. I want to thank you, the American people, in all seriousness, for your support of our Navy and our Marine Corps. None of this would be possible without the support of the American people. And there's not enough ways to thank each and every one of you. You are part of our Navy Marine Corps family. And the investments that you make in our Department of the Navy and all the services. Today, a third of our fleet is deployed around the world. Over 30,000 Marines are deployed, protecting our freedom and our national security interests. And if it were not for you, we wouldn't be able to do that. So thanks to each and every one of you. To Governor Evers, thank you, sir, for your leadership of the state, for your support of our Navy and Marine Corps here in this great state of Wisconsin. I first had an opportunity in my very first month with Governor Evers. I consider this my legacy here to the state of Wisconsin. He called me up one day, and the Secretary of the Navy makes very serious decisions at the strategic level, operational level, and tactical level. And my staff told me the governor was on the phone. He wanted to talk to me. I said, oh my God, I already made one governor mad in the first month of my time as secretary. And he said, Mr. Secretary, there's a very important symbolic statute that we have here in Wisconsin. It's called the Badger Statue, and there's a plaque outside my office, and everyone that comes into our office for decades has actually put their hands on that plaque, and I'd like to keep it. And I said, well, why is that a problem? Well, he said, one of your museum curators called us and wanted it back. So I called the museum curator, and I said, well, how long has Wisconsin had it? Well, over 25 years. I said, well, has anybody asked for it back in 25 years? No, he said. I said, well, look, I understand that we can't legally turn over federal property like that to the state, but we're going to make a deal here, Governor. I'm going to lend you this statue for 50 years. How about that? And we'll let the next governor and the next Secretary of the Navy 50 years from now extend that option to the state, and we'll keep that Badger statue here for the rest of its life. How's that? Senator Baldwin, not enough ways to thank you, ma'am, for your support of our Navy and our Marine Corps. Without the support and the funding, the appropriations, and the authorizations that are provided by our members of Congress, none of this would be possible as well. And your senator is a very special person, and that's why I selected her just last week to be one of 4 sponsors of the USS Congress also, which will be built up in Fincantieri as well. We're very proud to have you as a sponsor of that ship as well, too, Senator. Representative Moore, thank you for your passion, ma'am. Your love of our Navy and Marine Corps stands up by itself, and we're deeply grateful to you. Admiral Kilby, thank you for your leadership of our Navy. And Mr. Ruwe, many thanks for the industry, for your entire industry team, for your commitment to bringing this ship to life over the last few years. And Major General Anderson, thank you, ma'am, for being the sponsor of this great ship. We couldn't have a better sponsor here in the state of Wisconsin. According to naval tradition, you see, a ship's sponsor's spirit and presence guides the ship and her crew throughout her entire time in service. We're honored that you are here with us today and that you will forever connect this ship, her crew, and her namesake to the city of Beloit. I also want to recognize the USS Beloit Commission and Committee for all their hard work. Now look, as Secretary of the Navy, I served active duty for 26 years, and I had the privilege of being the pre-commissioned unit commanding officer of a destroyer by the name of USS Beloit. And I will tell you that till today, I always thought that my commissioning was the best commissioning in the history of the United States Navy. But I'll tell you, what I've experienced these last 2 days, my goodness, Kirk, you have done an extraordinary job. Congratulations to you and the entire commissioning committee. And to the crew, not enough ways to thank you, men and women who will serve on this ship. And to your families, many of whom are joining us virtually today from Mayport, thank you for your unwavering support of your sailors. You have shouldered an incredible burden since the crew moved to Wisconsin in August, and we look forward to the safe journey of your loved ones back to Florida as well. As I've often said throughout my naval career, families are indeed the foundation of military service, and we could not do this job without them. I certainly know that I would not be where I am today without the encouragement, love, and support of my wife, Betty, of 41 years and our 4 sons. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the commissioning of the USS Beloit is not merely a naval event, it is a celebration of American industrial might, a testament to the enduring spirit of the American people, and a tribute to the city of Beloit and the state of Wisconsin. Wisconsin is indeed a land of diverse landscapes, rich culture, and indeed a strong maritime tradition. From the Great Lakes to the Mississippi River, the maritime commons have shaped this state's history and powered the economy of the state and our nation. Even before Wisconsin was granted statehood in 1848, shipyards in Milwaukee and Manitowoc were turning out ships to enable commercial enterprises. And during World War II, Wisconsin shipbuilders produced rescue boats, freighters, and submarines, all vital to our victory at sea. The warship behind me, built by the skilled workers of Lockheed Martin and Fincantieri Marine, represents not only the very best of American manufacturing, but a Wisconsin tradition that has endured for almost 2 centuries, building the ships our nation needs for both commercial and naval purposes. Every rivet, every weld, every component of this warship is a testament to the craftsmanship and dedication of the workforce that built her. And this vessel will be propelled, as was said earlier, by engines built by Beloit by Fairbanks Morse. Well, LCS-29 indeed represents the future of our fleet and our force. Our Navy's most advanced technology combined with our nation's best and brightest personnel. These ships are a testament to the Navy's commitment to innovation and its ability to overcome challenges to deliver vital capabilities to our fleet. The LCS is built to, and we intend to operate them anywhere our nation needs them, whether engaging in forward deployed operations or responding to crises around the globe. And LCS will indeed take on numerous missions, from counter-narcotics interdictions to mine clearance to conducting literal operations in contested environments, supporting a key pillar of the Marine Corps force design. The LCS mine countermeasures mission package includes highly innovative unmanned surface vessels. These cutting-edge technologies are not only essential for ensuring the safety of our ships and sailors, but also lay the groundwork for the hybrid fleet of the future, a fleet where manned and unmanned systems work seamlessly together to achieve dominance at sea. And soon the LCS will be equipped with the Naval Strike Missile, a long-range precision strike weapon, as well as the Mark 70 payload delivery system with vertical launch system technology, giving us tremendous firepower and even more tactical advantage over our adversaries. The warfighting capabilities of our two classes of LCSs bring to our fleet and our force will be absolutely vital to our national security. And I am most pleased, and throughout the past 3.5 years as your secretary, we have worked diligently and effectively to change the narrative surrounding this warship. As part of our efforts, we have consistently empowered our sailors to take more ownership of their own ships and their maintenance. Throughout my tenure, we have swapped the maintenance paradigm on LCS from nearly entirely contractor-led to primarily sailor-driven maintenance. I am particularly proud of the sailors who have served on these ships and made this shift happen. They have paved the way for future advancements and ensured the LCS is ready to meet the challenges of strategic competition wherever she may be called to do so. Thanks to their hard work and tireless efforts supporting this program, LCS, with our 10 Freedom Class and 16 Independence Class variants, will significantly contribute to preserving global security and maintaining the rules-based international order for years to come. And as you are no doubt aware, we face several challenges around the globe, challenges very different from those we faced when I served as the Commissioned Commanding Officer of Bulkley almost 23 years ago. The global security environment is evolving at a rapid pace, bringing forth new and complex challenges which require our constant vigilance and sustained attention. Following the October 7th attacks in Israel more than a year ago, our Navy and Marine Corps swiftly responded to counter the surge of drone and missile strikes launched in anger. Our warships, manned by our sailors and Marines, demonstrated exceptional courage under fire, successfully deterring and defeating missile and drone attacks targeting innocent merchant shipping. Through their service and sacrifice, and now the service and sacrifice of those who will man USS Beloit, we will continue to enjoy the freedoms and the protections offered by the world's finest and strongest fleet and fighting force. In closing, I thank you again for being here today as we usher the newest generation of our war-fighting fleet. To the crew of USS Beloit and the families here with us today, both in person and virtually, thank you for your service and dedication to our Navy and the United States of America. Everywhere you go, you will sail forward for freedom, serving as a beacon of our nation's enduring commitment to independence and security for all, and a reminder of the many thousands of sailors and Marines who have gone before us. It has been the honor of my lifetime, in closing, to serve as your 78th Secretary of the Navy, and getting this class of ship back on track to defend our nation's freedom and interests around the world has been one of the highest priorities of my time in office. I am proud of how far this ship class has come. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this morning, and may God bless our sailors, Marines, civilians, the crew of this mighty ship, our families, and indeed our nation. And now, it is my honor to introduce the leader who has been, as I said, a committed partner in building the warships our Navy needs to execute its missions around the globe. As I mentioned before, Wisconsin has a proud maritime legacy, from its shipbuilding industry to the men and women who have answered the nation's call to serve, and Governor Evers has been steadfast in his support of these efforts. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Governor Evers.
Thanks so much, Secretary Del Toro, and thanks for letting us keep the badger for 100 years. Anyway, good morning, everybody. It's an honor to be here today with such an incredible group of individuals to celebrate the historic occasion commissioning of the USS Beloit. First and foremost, I want to thank our dedicated partners at the U.S. Navy, including Secretary Del Toro, who's been a fantastic partner to the state over these last few years. The strength of our state's history of shipbuilding industry goes hand in hand with the strength of the Navy. And we are grateful for the positive relationships that we have built to support this vital multi-billion dollar industry's continued success here in the state. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize and thank our world-class shipbuilding leaders from Fincantieri, Marinette Marine, who were instrumental in the completion of the USS Beloit. I'm thrilled that we now have another opportunity to champion their forward-thinking work to build the vessels that go on to defend our safety as a state and a nation. And finally, of course, I'd like to recognize all the tremendous local leadership represented here today, including, of course, the incomparable Congresswoman Gwen and our steadfast Senator Tammy Baldwin, who has been a tireless champion over the years in D.C. to support a strong shipbuilding industry here in Wisconsin. And as I said, Wisconsin has a long and proud maritime and shipbuilding history, and that relationship is demonstrated here with the USS Beloit. As the first naval warship named after the city of Beloit, this honor highlights the city's proud tradition of supplying engines to the U.S. Navy built by Fairbanks Morse Defense, a partnership that has seen us through some of the greatest conflicts we have endured as a nation. The city itself has also made many contributions to our nation's military for generations, helping train and prepare dedicated service members to uphold the shared values of integrity and service we as a state and a nation all hold dear. But while this vessel is a testament to the past, it's also a symbol for the future, as is detailed in the ship's motto, "Forward for Freedom." Here in Wisconsin, we have upheld our state motto of forward since 1851, reflecting both our drive to be a national leader in industry and service and our desire to build a brighter, more prosperous future for all. And now, from today on, the USS Beloit will serve as an integral part of the Navy fleet, carrying our dedicated sailors, soldiers, and service members forward to whatever they are called to serve. So for that, I am again thankful for all the partners who came together to make this milestone commissioning a reality for our state. Additionally, as governor and on behalf of the people of Wisconsin, we share our best wishes to the officers and crew of the USS Beloit as they embark on their mission to bravely serve the people of Wisconsin and the United States of America. Thank you for all your service, and please know that our great state is behind you every step of the way. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Governor Evers.
Secretary Del Toro, sir, I would be honored if you'd place Beloit in commission.
Commander, place Beloit in commission.
Aye, aye, sir. On behalf of the President of the United States and for the Secretary of the Navy, I hereby place United States ships Beloit in commission. May God bless and guide this warship and all who shall sail in her. Executive Officer, hoist the colors and the commission pennant.
Aye, ma'am. Ship's company, attention! The commission pennant is professional national navies began to take form late in the 17th century. All ships at that time were sailing ships, and it was often difficult to tell a naval ship from a merchantman. Navies began to adopt long, narrow pennants to be flown by their ships at the main masthead to distinguish themselves from merchant ships. The commission pennant will fly continuously until the ship is decommissioned. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. I direct your attention to the ship's sail as we hoist the colors and commission pennant. Quartermaster, hoist the colors and commission pennant.
Aye, aye, sir.
Captain, the colors and commission pennant are flying proudly over USS Beloit.
Very well.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
I will now read my orders. Commander, Naval Military Personnel Command, 2. Commander Leandra Kissinger, United States Navy. Subject, Buber Order Number 1105 of 25 February 2023. When directed by reporting senior, detach from present duty and report to pre-commissioning unit Beloit as prospective commanding officer. Upon commissioning of USS Beloit, report for duty as commanding officer. Admiral Kilby, United States ship is in commission and I'm in command.
Very well.
Executive officer, set the first watch.
Aye, aye, ma'am. Officer deck, set the first watch.
Aye, aye, sir.
The officer of deck is the commanding officer's direct representative, and while on watch, is responsible for the safety and smooth operation of the ship. The long glass is the traditional symbol of an officer of the deck's authority in the ship of the line. We are honored to have Vice Admiral Dirk DeBink with us. He will assist in setting the first watch by passing the long glass to our first officer of the deck, Lieutenant Brett Norton from Nevada, Missouri. Our first petty officer of the watch is Operations Specialist, First Class Ernesto Sanchez from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. The messenger of the watch is Boatswain's Mate, Third Class Fernando Alonso Fernandez from San Juan, Puerto Rico. And the Boatswain's Mate of the watch is Boatswain's Mate, Second Class David Nieves from Cleveland, Ohio.
Set the watch. On deck, section 1.
Sir, the watch is set.
Very well.
Detail, forward, march.
Captain, the watch is set.
Very well. The spirit of a U.S. Navy warship is the embodiment of her sponsor. Our sponsor, Major General Marsha Anderson, United States Navy Army, retired, christened the ship, she's almost like the Navy, christened the ship in Marinette, Wisconsin on May 7th, 2022, and imbued this ship and crew with her sense of grace and service. General Anderson, I would be honored if you would give the order to man our ship and bring her to life.
Thank you, Commander Kissinger. As a proud daughter of the city of Beloit, the state of Wisconsin, and the United States of America, I am honored to give the following order. Shipmates, officers and crew of USS Beloit, man our ship and bring her to life.
Ladies and gentlemen, the crew of the USS Beloit salutes you. We are proud to serve in America's Navy. Beloit, ready, to. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Captain, the ship is manned and ready.
Very well. Commodore Haney? United States ship Beloit is manned and ready and reports for duty.
Very well, and welcome to the fleet, Beloit.
Hi, sir. Secretary Del Toro, request permission to break your flag.
Captain, break my flag.
Aye, aye, sir. Executive Officer, break the flag of the Secretary of the Navy.
Aye, aye, ma'am. Quartermaster, break the flag of the Secretary of the Navy.
Aye, aye, sir.
Captain, the flag of the Secretary of the Navy is flying proudly over USS Beloit.
Very well.
Ladies and gentlemen, Commander Leandra Kissinger, United States Navy, Commanding Officer, USS Beloit.
Beloit, parade, rest. Secretary Del Toro, Governor Evers, Senator Baldwin, Representatives Moore, Admiral Kilby, and all honored guests, distinguished officers, families, and crew of USS Beloit. Good morning, and thank you for sharing this moment with us and our crew. Today marks a significant day for the United States Navy and for the proud city of Beloit. As we gather here to celebrate the commissioning of USS Beloit, we are not merely recognizing the arrival of a new warship, but we are also honoring the tireless effort, dedication, and patriotism that have brought us this day. The ship is more than a technological marvel. She is a testament to the spirit and resilience of the American people. Every rivet and every weld speaks to the craftsmanship of the skilled workers and the shipyard and the support of their families and their commitment to excellence. The city of Beloit, a name now etched into the hull of this mighty vessel, represents the strength and unity of a community that has always risen to occasion in the face of challenge and adversity. The ship carries with it a legacy of countless men and women who have served before, whose courage and sacrifices have paved the way for our freedom and security. In this crowd, we are in the presence of veterans from World War II, the Korean War, Vietnam, the Iraqi War, and many other conflicts. As we stand on the decks of USS Beloit today, we are reminded of the profound responsibility that comes with such a legacy. It is a responsibility that the officers and crew of this ship will undoubtedly hold with honor, integrity, and valor. Today, we are honored to have Vets Roll supporting our event. You may have seen the 400 amazing flags that were laid out before us. This organization brings awareness to our World War II veterans and Rosies around the United States. Started by the Finnegan family out of Beloit, the heroes of World War II, Korean War veterans, and Rosie the Riveters are placed in a deserving limelight to celebrate the sacrifices for our nation. Please give them a warm welcome. To the badgers of this mighty warship, today you embark on a journey that will take you to distant shores, through uncharted waters, and into the pages of history. Your training, dedication, faith, and teamwork will be the guiding stars that navigate this ship through whatever challenges lay ahead. You are the heart and the soul of this vessel, and it is through your service that our ship will fulfill her mission to protect and defend the ideals upon which our great nation was founded. Here on Beloit, we try to lead with humility, but I would like to stray for just a moment to brag about this crew. They completed 19 major certifications in 7 weeks, while completing vendor schools, pipeline schools, qualifying watch stations, lighting off equipment for the first time, conducting ammunition unloads, helping sister ships, supporting ships currently deployed, setting up crypto, bringing up internet services, establishing medical, loading fuel, stores, food, conducting habitability inspections, practicing our navigation and maintaining proficiency, conducting galley inspections, and running PMAVs supporting trial cards and repairs. We didn't just complete our certs, we passed each with high scores and the first time. With statements like, quote, the best they've seen in 18 months, exceptional crew with incredible drive, some of the best sailors we've worked with. We always enjoy coming to Beloit. The crew is fantastic. The refueling team is one of the best crews they've ever worked with. Badgers, thank you for all your hard work to get our ship to this moment. Can we please give these sailors a round of applause? So as we commission our ship into active service, let us also take a moment to recognize the families and the loved ones who stand behind these brave sailors. Your support, patience, and love are the unsung heroes of this story. It is through your sacrifice that your badger can carry out their duties with the knowledge that they have steadfast foundation to return to. To my husband, Zach, daughters Eliana and Michaela, you all are my rock, and your sacrifice of our family's time will never be repaid. But knowing that, you still walk by my side through this journey. Thank you, and I love you. To my mom, Gail, who's watching virtually, thank you for always supporting all my adventures, even when they're hard. To my sister, Leora, my #1 supporter. Her husband, Chris, and kiddos, Landon, Reese, Harper, and Arya, your faith in me is second to none. Thank you for your dedication always. To my brother, Lieutenant Colonel Garrick Miner, and his wife, Jessica, who are also watching virtually, thank you for believing in me, even though we do have some interesting Army versus Navy conversations. The amount of love that I have for all of you is unmeasurable. And to our ship sponsor, Major General Anderson, you have been truly a blessing. You and your sister Regina, along with me and my sister Leora, created a bond at our first meeting. We may have met because of the Beloit, but we have developed a true friendship, and I personally cherish the ship, and cherish you, and the ship is very incredible to have you representing them. Speaking of blessings, I would like to take a quick moment to give a sincere thanks to our commissioning committee and the city of Beloit. You all have worked so hard to make the crew your focus, which is more than I could have ever asked for. You've become family, and we are so lucky to know you. Thank you for all you have done to support our Badgers. This moment is a celebration of what we can achieve when we all come together with a shared purpose. It is a reminder that our strength lies not just in our might, but in our unity, our resolve, and our unwavering commitment to the principles of freedom and democracy. In closing, let us all extend our heartfelt thanks to everyone who's played a part in bringing the USS Beloit to life. The outstanding commission.
Our nation. Ship tours will begin in 20 minutes at the aft brow to your left. The last buses will depart for the designated parking areas at 3 p.m. You are welcome to enjoy a post-reception hosted by the Beloit Commissioning Committee in a large tent at the head of the park. Beloit, dismissed.
Obviously, you go first. I will slowly. It's Gabrielle again. Just want to let you know the Navy ceremony ship ended.